Let's discuss about how we can build a drag and drop functionality in Angular. As you can notice that I am able to drag and drop very easily. So all these are showing into the division. Okay, all the value like Superman, Flash, Robin, Batman, Batgirl, something like that. So I am able to easily drag and drop to each other. So how you can build it? So we can do without using any third party library. So let's discuss about these things in a detail. So first and foremost, you have to uh, add a property draggable true. Okay, uh, to the division which you want to drag and drop, you want to make it drag and drop. So you need to add this property which is the draggable true. Here you can notice I am using the ng for. This is the attribute directive I am using, so that dynamically all the heroes, it means this is basically array, will be loop through it and will be display into the DOM. Okay, so this div will be display based on the how many heroes is available, how many values is available into the array. And now additionally I having the uh, another div with value, like you can see a div having the b and c, something like that. So in this case what will happen, when the DOM initialization will be happen in ng on init, you will find that this division is available. It means when you try to select a particular div, okay, in this case you will select all the div that containing draggable true, so that you can make it drag and drop to each other. Okay, so basically to select a particular division which you want to drag and drop, you need to write a template reference element ref, which is the hash dap is just you can say a variable name which represent uh, drag and drop dap. Okay, I have given the name, you can also give any of this name to make, just to make sure to select a particular div which you want to make it drag and drop. That's it. So here the requirement is to add a draggable true. This is a property, and another one is the element ref. uh, this template reference you need to add like dap. In my case I have added, and one class I have added so that make some visual effect, like you can see a background color and border. So all these things is written into this class. So let's discuss about this class, what is written. So you can notice that in the box you can notice that border, background color, border radius, padding, cursor, and color. Okay, these are a property, this property, css property I have added, so that make it a good visual effect. Now we will go to the app component.ts. Into the app component, here is the heroes. Heroes is just the array that contain a name of this hero and id. So basically we are not showing this id anywhere, but we are showing this name with certain loop. So just we are using the ng for and to display all these things. And since we have make it draggable true, so all this generated a division will having this draggable true. It means we can drag and drop all this div tag. Now if you are able to if you are able to access any particular division, then if you want into the ng on in it, then you will not able to uh, get and select a particular element. Okay, it means in this case all this element, uh, all this div tag. So because a reason behind is that because we are using the star ng for, it means that during the initialization into the ng on init, the division actually not present yet, because still the loop is going on. Since it is a directive, so it will take some time to add a division dynamically. So if you want to get the detail of this division, then only you will get a b and c. because we are not showing with the loop, as you can notice here. Here is we are not showing into the loop. This is just additional division. Now, so if I will show you into the ng on init, then I need to use the query selector. So here I am going to console just dot log, and you can notice if I will do here the uh, document dot query selector, all, and I am going to select all the uh, class, all of the div that having the class which is, you can see a box, or maybe any of this any element that have the box. So let's add it, this one. And surprisingly, you can notice here into the console that only this two division is available, only two element is got selected. You can notice element div, uh, html div element. Why only two? However, we are showing many division. Some of with the for loop, uh, because we are using ng star ng for, and these two are additionally we have added. So this two is able to access into the ng on init, but not all this division which we have showing to the DOM with the for loop. It's not having here because we are trying to access into the ng on init. At this moment our DOM doesn't render that uh, division which we are adding dynamically with the star ng for. So for accessing these things, we can use a ViewChildren, and we can access it into the ng after view init, because ng after view init is a life cycle hook which will be called after maybe attribute, or maybe any component, child component will get initialized, then this ng after view init get called. So here you can access it. So in, as you can notice that we are using the view children, at the rate view children, because with the view children we can able to access all of this div. Okay, so we are using dap is the template reference. You can notice dap. So all the dap will get selected with this at the rate view children into the array, into the list, and we are storing into the levels. Okay, and since it is a query list, so I have provided here the query list, and this is again is the html element, that's why it is the element ref. So now I am able to select a division, list of this division which we want to do a drag and drop. So this requirement is fulfilled. Now we will able to get all this division into the ng after view init. So what I have did till now, with the at the rate view children, we are able to access all this division. We got it, and we are looping through it. Here you can notice into the ng after view init life cycle, looping through it. We are converting it into the a particular division, because that contain that object levels object contain many information, where we need only their native element and their like a, html div element we need. So that's why we have extracted with this for loop, not for loop, with the map, and into the array, because map returns array. Okay, so I am storing into the items. And now after getting these things, I am adding the event listener. This is important. I am just since this is the array, that's why we need to use the for each, so that for each of this division we need to add a listener, which is the add event listener. So for each of this division, I am adding the event which is the drag start, drag enter, drag over, drag leave, drop, and the drag int. And if this event will be occurred, then we are calling a callback. As you can notice, it's a handle drag start. This is just a method I am calling, so that on each of this event we can do certain thing in this particular method, in this particular handler. So if drag is started, it means if I will hold and I will up it, then it means I start the drag and drag enter. And if I will go to the at any particular another div, maybe another div, then what will happen? I am doing over, drag over, and if I will leave, then another event will call, which is a drag leave, and it means I dropped. Since I have dropped, then drop handle drop method will get triggered. If drag int, it if successfully dragged int, then what will happen? Another event will get triggered. So let's discuss about one by one this method, what is happening in this particular method. So here you can notice that this is the handle drag start. Okay, this is the method when I started the dragging. Then once I will start, you can notice that the robin, which is now you can notice it is like a little blurred. You can notice it seems like a blur. Why? And the color is fade. Why? Because we have added a opacity, another style, which is the opacity, and setting it to the 0.4. That's why, because this is showing some effect. To making this effect, certain effect, I am doing a style dot opacity 0.4. So once I will start tracking, the it will be it will looks like a fade color, and uh, or little blur. Now after these things, I am storing this element into uh, one variable, which is a drag one. Okay. uh, Now I'm just storing a value. This is actually, this represent a particular div tag. It means, suppose this one, if I will start dragging these things, so for this particular div, this represent to that particular div, Robin div. Okay. So e dot transfer data dot allow effect allow move. Now in case of data transfer, there are lots of effect. Which effect we want, we are providing it here. There are the other various like move and uh, copy. There are the many. Okay, so just I am adding effect allow move. Now sub very important part is that this one, which is the set data. Now I am setting this data. This is the type text slash HTML. Okay, because again you know that it's a text and HTML, so that's why it is written. This is just a data type, and we are setting the data. Most important is that set data and the get data. Okay, these two methods is important with the data transfer. So uh, I am adding this dot inner HTML. This inner HTML represent a particular value, which is the maybe Robin, Flash, Batgirl, whatever. So this represent, okay, this is just that particular division. If I am console here this, then you can see what is happening. So for the better understanding, let me console these things. Console log, and I will provide here this dot inner HTML. Now if I will start drag and drop, then you can notice that this div, you can notice that div is this represent to that particular div which we are trying to drag and drop. Okay, just I am holding that particular uh, division. That division is appearing here. This is working absolutely fine, and the Robin is just a data. Okay, data, it means within the div you can notice a Robin, so we can access it through the inner HTML. So that's why it is like that. It means we are just setting the data. It means flash, robin, this data basically. Now we can also remove this, because since it is a text, so I need to write it here, the text. I can do this in this way as well, and we can remove from here as well. So now, yeah, you can notice that this is the uh, we are just setting the data. And handle drag over. Handle drag over, it means, as you can notice, that if drag enter and drag over on that particular event, another handler will get triggered. So here you can notice that I am doing nothing, just adding some of the effect, drop effect, and here handle drag enter and handle drag leave, I am adding another class which is the over. Okay, so that's why if I will hold it and try to add it on any part, try to drop in any particular division, then you can notice that their border color is red, and it is in the dotted. It seems that we are trying to add it, we are trying to drop it. So why it is happening? Because we have added that particular uh, uh, CSS. So on the class which is the over, you can notice that border is 3px dotted. That's why it is like that. So here I am just adding a class on that particular element, and when I dropped, okay, when I drag leave, then on that particular case I am removing it. So just for example, if I am hold it and try to drop it, and if I will leave, then it's disappeared, because we have removed this over class. That's why it's like that. And handle drop, when I drop, then this actually the text also need to be changed. Okay, if I will start drag, and if I will hold it and drop it, then text will be replaced. So suppose if I will do it into the B, then now B becomes Robin. Why? Because if I will drop, then we are changing this division data as well. So how we can do that? So here we can notice we have written e dot stop propagation, again because of since there are lots of event, and this is just for the avoiding event bubbling or event capturing phase. So the propagation will be stopped from this place, because we are using the stop propagation. So propagation will be stopped. Now we are replacing this text using this one. This dot inner html is equal to e dot data transfer get data text. Okay, e data text, it means we are just getting the data, because we have already set the data. Now we are getting the data and uh, adding into the inner html, since this represent to the element where I am dropping. So on that particular element we can add the text using add the html using the inner html. So with the inner html, that particular data which get copied will be get transferred. E dot data transfer get data, we just got a data and replaced it. So in this way this drag and drop functionality working. So here what is happening, again I am repeating so that you will get more clarification. So drag el dot inner html, it means previous data will get it means flash will be replaced with the robin, and robin will replace with the flash. These things need to be happen. So that's why these two lines of the code are doing these things. So it means this dot inner html, it means where I am dropping will get replaced with the copy data, and whatever previous data we have, we are copying it to the into the drag element which we have set it here. Drag element, it means from where we have start uh, holding and trying to drop it. So that particular div will represent drag one, drag e1, e1 el, it means element. So in this way this drag and drop functionality is working. And another function is nothing but this is just to like add it opacity 1, because if I will start dragging and drop, so you can notice this is little fade color because of the opacity. Now we need to make it like a previous, so that's why the opacity is 1. And the for each we are also removing uh, the class which is the over, because over is having the it's added by for providing some of the effect like dotted border and with some red color border, something like that, based on the CSS. So I hope you will understand how we can make it drag and drop functionality. And if you will have any doubt, then please comment me. Thank you for watching.